Now, if you don't want to be married and you don't want to have a successful relationship with a man, don't listen to anything that I'm about to say. But if you do want to have a good relationship with a man and build something that means something, you need to listen very carefully. In this video, I'm going to teach you what men really want. But first, I want to ask you this question. How long are you going to fall for the same tricks? I believe that we can make a major shift when women really start grasping the fact that you are the weaker vessel, that you are gullible, and that you are easy to manipulate. And I don't say that with any malice intent. I say that with all sincerity. I'm just telling you what it says in the good book and what I've been able to bear witness to in my own life. And the reason why that's so important is because y'all want to be in leadership positions. Y'all want to be over men. But the problem is, ladies, you're not seeing how your actions are leading to your own demise. A perfect example of the deception that women are falling under is Dr. Bryant in the conversation that she just had with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. Now, let me say this. I don't have a problem with Dr. Bryant personally. What I have a problem with is the cackling hens, the peanut gallery that's been talking about the interviews. When I go through the comment section and I listen to what women are saying about the conversation, it confirms that a lot of y'all women, like once again, I say this with love, that a lot of y'all women are lost. And I know y'all gonna get all in my comment section and talk crazy, but before you do that, I need you to understand two things. The first thing I need you to understand is I want you to be a high functioning woman. The second thing is my resume speaks for itself. So any insults that you're trying to throw at me, it is not gonna matter. I have a family, I'm raising my family, and I'm not going for the deception. I'm not going for the foolishness. If you want to be foolish, you can be foolish. Let's get into the cackling.
The fact that Dr. Bryant had to keep stroking Cam Newton and Nick Cannon's ego just for them to listen up clearly is just crazy to me.
There's an old adage that says you can attract more bees with honey than vinegar. Yes, when you speak to men, you have to carry a certain tone. But ladies, don't slight men because you got to speak with that tone. In the Bible, it says Sarah called Abraham Lord. A lot of y'all need to learn how to stroke a man's ego. You just going to go deeper and deeper into darkness if you are tripping about the tone that you got to speak to men in. Men know they got to speak to women a certain way, and women should know that you have to speak to men a certain way. This is elementary shit.
Not gonna lie, it's like they never heard the truth from anyone before. So it was just foreign to them to even understand.
So I heard women say this a lot in the comment section. These men, they wasn't listening. Men don't listen to women. Like, ladies, you're not in a leadership position. I really want y'all to understand this. This is a part of the deception that a lot of y'all women are under, especially black women. Y'all want to keep talking to black men. And look, I know why they demonize the Bible, and I know a lot of women want to rewrite the Bible, but part of the reason why we have a gender war going on is because Satan is all in relationships. Satan is all in the relationship. And the reason how you know Satan is in the relationship is because it goes against God's word, what a lot of y'all women are trying to do. It says a woman is to learn quietly with full submission. I do not allow a woman to teach a man or have authority over a man. Instead, she is to remain quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. So when I say that women not supposed to be leading men and teaching men, that's not Quentin saying that. Let's be clear. As men, this is why we try to tell women that you need to get with the right man. Everything that she's saying to Cam Newton is null and void. It doesn't matter how y'all feel about it, ladies, because whatever she's talking about, Cam Newton want to do what Cam Newton want to do, and there's women out there willing to do what Cam Newton want to do. So when I'm talking to young ladies or when I'm talking to my daughters, the best advice I could give you is not to mess with Cam Newtons and Nick Cannons. That's the best advice I could give you. But if you go over there and mess with those guys, you gotta operate under their leadership. See, the ego of women makes them want to try to go over there with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon and change who they are. They want to, y'all ladies, y'all want to get with Pookie and Ray Ray, and y'all want to try to change them from being thugs to devout Christians instead of just dealing with devout Christians. Now, no man is perfect, but what I'm saying is you're trying to change men that have clearly let you know, I got 8 children by 3 baby mamas, and I want to have more children. You think he don't know what he doing? He knows what he's doing. I don't like what Cam Newton is doing. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's women out here letting him do that. And so if you can't be in a position with a man where you are quiet and learning in full submission, and you feel like he's leading you in the right direction, you're with the wrong man. Or you need to change as a woman. The reality is that, especially for black women, one of the sicknesses of black women is talking too much. I was listening to a guy named Pimpin' Ken, and he said he calls black women ducks and he calls white women swans. And the reason why he calls black women ducks is because black women talk too much. And here's the thing. When I look at Dr. Bryant talking to Cam Newton and I see her breast out, you cannot talk about low functioning versus high functioning because that dress is a low functioning dress. That's not high functioning attire. The reality is this. Men pay attention to actions more than they pay attention to words. So if you telling men they need to change, the first thing these men gonna look at is what type of behavior you reward. Here recently, I've been seeing all this stuff with YSL Woody, and I knew it was gonna happen. It was only a matter of time before all these women started being obsessed with this man. So when we hear y'all talking, trying to lead us, we hear what you're saying, but we listening to what you do. A couple of weeks before this interview came out, Nick Cannon and Neo said this exactly. They said they tried to be good men, but a lot of y'all women wasn't rocking with them when they tried to be good men. So ladies, you can't just say that you want certain things. You're going to have to actually reward the things that you say you want.
How y'all not understanding what she's saying? And then it's the over talking for me. When she's talking, Nick Cannon is steadily trying to make jokes and deflect and all of that. I cannot stand when people do things like that. Like, you grown. Listen to what the woman is saying. She's not telling you anything bad. She's speaking respectfully.
So I seen this in the comment section as well. A lot of beta males and females kept saying that Cam Newton and Nick Cannon was over talking her. Maybe I need to get a new TV because that's not how I saw it. This is what I saw.
Why I work for you? Why? You know why I work for you? I'm gonna go there, and it's probably gonna be okay.
Go ahead. This
and this is with all.
We watched the first. We got 2 minutes left in our first session.
With all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this: the reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there. Who will allow you to do that, Nick?
He let her say all of that. Now, how much more does she need to fucking say?
And when I say allow, it's not a control thing. When I say allow, I'm not saying that she sits across you and says, this is what you won't do. You're crossing a boundary. Nick.
I disagree.
Yes.
This is why I disagree. I mean, one, because
why you gonna make sure, but you gotta go in protection mode too.
But I'm saying because you could say from the high, all the high value women that I've ever
I didn't say high value.
But okay, I'm giving compliments. But I'm just saying
I'm like, wait a minute.
for the people who are even of them being, because
Nick,
first of all,
low functioning woman will allow you to function low with them. Nick, you could not function that low.
So
notice that when he said he disagreed, she wouldn't even let this man come out with what he disagreed with before she put him in a box and said the only reason you disagree in is because you got to defend yourself. So she won't even let this man speak and state why he disagreed before she gets defensive. Like I said, maybe I need to get a new TV, but it don't look like she let the man get his thoughts together and state what needed to be said.
On another note, I love the way she communicates. Like, I aspire to communicate like that. She wasn't getting irritated. She had patience. and she wasn't even getting disrespectful. I love that. I am currently.
Now, ladies, Dr. Bryant may be a great communicator in real life, but in these 2 podcasts that she did with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, she did not display good communication skills. And when I seen a lot of women speaking about her communication skills, you know what the emphasis was on? Talking. It wasn't, the emphasis wasn't on listening. And the conversation was combative. It had a lot of back and forth to it. So I'm not saying that Cam Newton and Nick Cannon didn't cut her off, but y'all love to say that people are good communicators that's not really good communicators. And let me put it like this. The probability of her communication style working in a relationship is very low. Her communication skills you might think they're great while she's sitting on a podcast going back and forth with men while they both try to have gotcha moments. But this is not the type of communication I believe women should aspire to. Ladies, here goes another adage. Silence, sex, sandwich. Men are simple.
I'm a fan of Dr. Bryant. I love the way she communicates. I love the way she expresses herself. And I love the fact that she has so much patience to even sit still, get her thought across. Because right now, how I am, I'm like, all right, just forget it. Because you're not trying to understand. It's clear that you have like a mental block. And I would have just ran out of patience. But I love the fact that she had the patience to still get her thought across and to try to help them understand where she was coming from. I love that. She's chef kiss.
This is what y'all need to understand. Men don't want to talk to women like this, ladies. And if you're a woman and you dealing with a man and you feel like you want to make a point, the worst thing you could do is try to make a point and drive a point home with a man. It's the worst thing you could do. When y'all women say that y'all like the way that she's communicating, it's like, I understand that women are gonna like the way that women communicate because it's women communicating. But when I heard Dr. Bryant talking, I heard a whole bunch of nothing. And so did a bunch of other men. So you could love the way she talks and articulate herself all day long. But if you want to be with a man, you're going to have to realize that you need to follow his communication pattern. It's not the other way around. And this is why I say so many women are deceived, because women really think they better communicators than men. And like I said in the beginning, this is no slight at Dr. Bryant. But ladies, what I need you to understand is this, because I know that sometimes it's hard to see yourself. Y'all are great at diagnosing men and telling men what they need to do. But in the beginning, you said you wanted to be married. So let me show you something. Nick Cannon asked Dr. Bryant if she's married, and this is what she said.
There's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar.
I almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it? Because you've been talking about accountability. You've been talking about high functioning, and you literally told me in my situation, because of the type of high functioning and low functioning people I'm choosing.
Yep.
Why hasn't it worked for you?
For the first few, I was low functioning. And I was still in my healing journey. And so I law of attracted low functioning.
That happened all 4 or just the first?
The first, I would say like the first 2 or 3. Definitely low functioning of myself.
How were you low functioning that found things that where you thought this was your match, this was your person, and then it still didn't go through because you were low functioning?
I take accountability. It was my fault because I knew all of them were not my person. And so this is why I say it's not their fault. Right. Because these men wasn't no infidelity. You know, they weren't beating on me. I attract good men, but I wasn't in the space of being ready to marry them. But I needed them to be good for me, Nick, because I needed.
So what did she just say? First, she started off saying that she was low functioning, so she attracted low functioning. Then she said that these were good men, but she just wasn't ready because they were not the right man for her. So what is it? Were they low functioning men, or were they good men and she was a low functioning woman? This is what I mean about women not saying nothing, a bunch of word salad. So all I'm saying is this: you can love the way Dr. Bryant talks and how she everything she was saying, but her formula is still low functioning. She's a 40-year-old woman talking about she'll get with a 26-year-old man. And in the comment section, I seen women talking about, I'm 41 years old and I just met the love of my life. And I want to say that's great for you. And hopefully that's great for your husband. He didn't say that in the comment section, so we know it's great for you. We assume when women say it's great for them, that means it's great for the man. But he could be in there right now like Kanye West, like, why did I marry her? All right, so here's the thing. The low functioning formula that y'all love from Dr. Bryant will work for some women, but it won't work for most. And I know y'all gonna hold on to the some until it's none, but I don't think that's wise to do.